So today we're going to have a little chat about what we're seeing in the market, some changes we've seen over the last sort of 10 months here in 2023. And more importantly, what the sort of things we're going to do going forward into next year. I think from my perspective, being quite a newbie to Ingram Micro, I'm quite sort of extended and really happy with the solutions that we do offer our customers. We do touch sort of a broad brush of opportunities and sort of customers, but I really want to sort of focus on a couple of things now. What we sort of seen in the marketplace, and you'll probably be very aware of this, is that offering finance as a reseller sometimes a little bit difficult because, like when we have many manufacturers going to a reseller, today they're talking about Lenovo, tomorrow the Dell, and the next day is HP. The confusion sets in is what do they sort of position to their customers. And one of the concepts that we've come up now with Ingram Micro Financial Solutions is a virtual lease desk where we actually, as an organisation, step in and create that environment for the reseller. So they talk about a brand they understand because it tends to be led by the reseller's name, followed by the strapline, Financial Solutions, funnily enough. And what we enable them to deliver them, everything they know and everything they can do get from direct funders. But also they get that expertise that you bring, especially and the team that sits behind you, bring across to that reseller to make sure they're positioning the right opportunity to the right financial solution. Just a quick question to you, Sophie. In your time here at Ingram, have you seen some horror stories? So I like to use a horror story to really identify why we've done this. Anything where you've spoken to a reseller or a salespeople person here at Ingram Micro who didn't quite get what we did from a financial solutions perspective?
It does happen because the resellers are very good at what they do to advise their end user customer on the IT solution. But when it comes for a payment, how to pay for this solution, how to leverage or to open up the capacity of their end user customer to repay over time is probably not their best. And therefore, they will need a specialist so we can have a conversation either with them or with the end user customer all together during a Teams or a visit to their premises and really discuss about this opportunity when it's large transaction. I think it's great to have the time and to really understand what are the main points that the end user customer wants to brought up. For example, if their fiscal year is during the year, not in December, but during the year, and they have a budget to spend, or if they want to spend it for the next fiscal year. So it's just to adapt and to be agile. And what we have been very good at Ingram Micro Financial Solution is to work very closely with our tier one banks, as well as the OEMs captives, and get all the promotion that they can offer when we are talking about payment solution, whether it's Cisco Capital, whether it's Apple Financial Services. We can really bring a very attractive payment solution over time and probably increase the potential of an opportunity for our customers, the resellers.
So do you think that's where our expertise hits because we understand what fits well with a Cisco product, what fits well with a HPE product or HPI product, what fits well with Apple, instead of trying to take a funding line that a banker said, just use us, but not reality. There's actually some good promotions that sit behind some of the OEMs, isn't there, that we can actually lean on as well?
Definitively. And we are in October, and probably customers would like to repay only from Jan. And that is possible. We can offer some payment holidays. We can pay upfront the partner when the kit is shipped to the end user customer, but get only the repayment from an end user customer only next year. And I think in Q4, calendar Q4, it's very powerful.
So we've gone on that next journey now. So our virtual lease desk product, we call it Connect. And what it really does and delivers for the reseller is taking all that expertise, putting it into one avenue, giving it a brand identity. So that brand identity sits with the reseller. So we can create that there. So we can create marcoms, we can create web content, we can help them with anything that sits around that to promote that. We can deliver training to their sales teams, which I feel is really important because what you said earlier is that we do get a little bit lost, don't we? Some of the resellers or being not comfortable presenting sort of a payment solution. And then on that journey, take that product and help them position that to their customers, So there's nothing's lost in translation, because what they're doing, they're promoting their business, not a financial solution from an OEM or a captive bank. It's their own solution. And what we do, we take that on that journey. We continue to offer that support, as you said, face to face or via Teams or Zoom or whatever concept they use in their organization. Position the right solution. So we tie up Cisco with Cisco, we tie up HP with HP. Yeah. But more importantly, we help that reseller get their attach higher. And by getting their attach higher is twofold. One, it protects their margin, as we know. Yeah. They don't have to completely keep discounting or getting themselves in a very competitive environment. Yeah, that's true, isn't it? You know, we see that a lot. I think on the other side of that is it gives them an added string to their bow, where some of their competition will not probably have the knowledge and power, because they're leaning on the Ingram Micro and leaning on the expertise that sits with us and our team. I think the other thing that really sort of drives for me is that when you've got multiple funders, pipeline management becomes quite difficult. And we're pretty good at that, how we manage our systems here. So one of the pieces of this is really to help that reseller close down on their pipeline and make sure they know what's coming down the line, what opportunities they have out there, and what we position from a financial solutions perspective, give them the real best option to win and win with finance.
But what I would say is not only at the beginning of the journey that Ingram Micro Financial Solution can have a play, it's as well at the end of the primary term, where we have all the data, we have a secure CRM, and we can come back to the reseller, to our customers, and say, we have signed an opportunity 3 years or two years ago, and now it's time to re-engage with your customer if you haven't done it already, because we know all the assets that they have acquired 2 years ago, and it's time to refresh, or it's time to prolong and to have another opportunities with them, because Ingram Micro is great to provide the best of class assets, and it's probably time to renew the assets after the lease has come to term.
That's a valid point, because I think from our position is that we are here to help resellers sell more. Mm-hmm. We're not here to go into secondary rental. You know, no. So that's a classic in the industry, isn't it? Where a direct funder or a bank wants the secondary rental where they make their money, really. We're trying to force that not to happen, but help the resellers sell more back into the same customer. So that's a real valid point. And the other thing I think is sort of the last point for me is that anyone working with Ingram Micro Financial Solutions, it doesn't hit their credit line. So we do have some challenges, don't we, where we have a reseller with a very, very, I wouldn't say small, that's unfair, but they don't have the credit line with Ingram that they probably would want, and have an opportunity is outside that. When they work with us, it doesn't matter. Their credit line's left open, and they can just deal with this transaction with us or multiple transactions. And it keeps our finance team very happy, but more importantly, it keeps the reseller happy, because they can just transact that business via us, understanding we're looking after that from the start until the end, and more importantly, enables them to utilize the credit line for something else.
Ingram Micro Financial Solutions, in fact, is backed up with the Tier 1 bank, and therefore the risk of the credit is taken by the bank. So we are opening the opportunities for the reseller to tackle bigger opportunity, to really listen to what their end user customer would like to have, or what is the IT project, and have a very more constructive conversation, because they know that they will not be limited by Ingram Micro, the amount that they can order with us. So it's powerful. It's powerful.
I think that's the biggest powerful part about the thing. So let's capture that last bit around our virtual lease desk. We're there to help the reseller design a financial solutions offering that they can go to market, which is clear, which is adaptable to what they're trying to do and deliver as a business, and brand accordingly. We're there to help them train their sales guys and continue to train their sales guys. We're there to also to bring the best in market and best in breed back to them, tying them up with funders that they probably don't have relationships with, or alternatively get hold of promos that they probably wouldn't know exist in the marketplace, keep them competitive. And the other thing you mentioned there is from a pipeline management perspective, yes, to run that pipeline at the front end, but also when there's opportunities are coming to expire, to walk those back into them to say your customer's lease is coming to an end. You need to go back in there and help them with their next next purchase, next what they want to do with regards to their IT technology. And I think I will end on this part is that's all wrapped around with lots of the great things Ingram Micro bring. But I think from an IMFS perspective, Ingram Micro Financial Solutions, it's around protecting their credit line, enabling them to have that credit line to spend elsewhere whilst they work with us on lease projects and maximise what they can get from Ingram Micro.